Are you collector?
No, there was no space. Someone sat on your seat.
Okay. Thank you.
You are difficult today.
What?
You will not do class.
What did you say?
I've not gotten this thing.
This Forex.
They are using GIF and it's making a difficult.
Uh, how was the attendance yesterday?
No space.
Oh, numbers are increasing.
I have to do this.
Uh,
But most of them, they got GIF.
they bought Jifu. I'm having a class now. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. I believe you can hear me loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment. If you can hear me loud and clear, drop a comment if you can hear me loud and clear. Start dropping your questions, and if there's any pair you want me to analyze, drop it in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. I was trading yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday, so how has it been this week? I hope it's been profitable. Start dropping your questions. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, drop it in the comment section. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? I'm waiting for your responses. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me and see my screen, let me know. Confirm you can hear me and also see my screen. Can you guys hear me? Please be patient. Be patient. The network seems to be very slow. Just be patient. think this is better. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. If you have any question or if there's any pair you want to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. I think the network is okay now. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen? So today is 18th of June, and we are expecting some major news from Great Britain and also the United States. Let's confirm that on Forex Factory. Okay, so today GBP released, Great Britain released its CPI data the early hours of today. That was around 7 a.m. Nigerian time, and as you can see, it was positive. The forecast was 3.3%, and the actual was 3.4, which is higher than the forecast. So we should expect GBP to be strong, right? We expect GBP to be bullish. We expect GBP to be bullish, okay? Then by 1:30, unemployment claims will be released from the United States. By 4:15, Bank of Canada Governor Maxwell will be speaking. And by 7 p.m. today, FOMC statement and conference is going to hold today, okay? So we should expect high volatility, or price could range today until FOMC is released. Price might go into a range until FOMC is released. So if you're trading USD best today, I would advise that you should be conservative, okay? You should be conservative if you're trading USD best today. You should be conservative. My bias on GBP USD, Euro USD still remains bearish. I'm still bearish. I'm still buying the dollar, okay? I'm still buying the dollar. Those of you who took the trade yesterday, I believe you're in profit, or should have closed some profit on those trades. Euro USD, GBP USD. I gave the call sell yesterday. GBP JPY, I gave the call for GBP JPY, but that went against my prediction. GBP JPY didn't go as planned, but Euro USD, GBP USD, Australian dollar USD played out as predicted. It's played out as predicted, okay? Then by 11:45, New Zealand dollar will be releasing its GDP by 11:45 p.m. Nigerian time. So please look out for this major news, okay? If you're considering trading any of these, any of the pairs, okay? Any of the pairs that has these currencies that will be releasing their data later, okay? So please look out for this news, okay? Put them into consideration as you trade today. So let's go to the charts. Let me know which instrument you want me to analyze. Okay, so let's start with GBP. This is GBP JPY. What can you see on GBP JPY? I would like to know what your bias is on GBP JPY based on what we have on the charts. What's your take on GBP JPY, guys? What's your take on GBP JPY? What can you see on GBP JPY? Let's just start with the daily time frame. Okay, so we had this on the daily time frame. So yesterday candle was strongly bearish. Do you think the bearish move will continue? Do you think the bearish move will continue? What's your take on GJ, Mr. Joseph? Do you think the bearish move will continue? Because yesterday was strongly bearish. It was strongly bearish. So do you think it will continue selling? Do you think it will continue selling now? Look at what we had here yesterday. This was Monday, Tuesday, okay? Monday, we had this low here. Yeah, we had this low. And this was yesterday low. So I think buying above this zone. Okay, this was yesterday low. This was Monday low. Now, a lot of retail traders have executed because yesterday candle closed below the low of Monday candle. So most people might have entered sell. Okay, most people might have entered sell. So I will be considering buying GJ if 4-hour candle closes above this level. Okay, this level, that's 195.13. Okay, so I think I will be considering buying GBPJPY, because if you look at, let's go to 4-hour, I'm sure this candle created a fair value gap on 4-hour time frame, and it needs to go and fill this gap. That's what I see playing out. So let's go to 1 hour. That's what I see playing out on GJ. Okay, so it created a fair value gap here. So there's a high probability it would come and fill this fair value gap. That should be your first target if you are buying GJ. Okay, that should be your first target if you are buying GJ. Okay, that should be your first target if you are buying GJ. I hope that is clear. So price has been ranging since the market opened. It has not given us a clear direction yet. So if you want to buy, like I said, you could wait for 4-hour to close above this level, or let's go down to 15 minutes. I think a fair value gap has been created on 15 minutes time frame. So you now want to wait for price to pull back and fill the fair value gap that has been created on 15 minutes time frame. I would like to see price retrace to this area. Okay, this zone. Okay, this is where I'll be considering buying. I would like to see price retrace into, let me go down to 5 minutes. I would like to see price retrace into this zone before going bullish. Okay, I would like to see price pull back into this zone before going bullish on US GBPJPY. That's my take on GBPJPY. I'm considering buying, but I'd like to see price. You can see price has been in the range for some time, and I'm sure they're going to come clear the liquidity residing at this relative equal low. You can see this relative equal low. We're going to come for it before going bullish. Okay, so I want to see them clear the liquidity residing at this previous low and see how the next candle would form. Okay, that's what I'm looking out for. I'm not ready to buy it now. I need to see price retrace down to this area, because if you apply your Fibonacci from this swing low, let me apply the Fibonacci too. Let me apply the Fibonacci too. Okay, so if you apply Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high, I think, okay, so I want to see price pull back to a discount area. Okay, I want to see price pull back to a discount area before going bullish on GBP USD. I hope that is clear. GBP, I'm going to sell after this liquidity at this previous low gets clear. Okay, so let's look at dollar index and yen basket. Dollar index, DXY. Good morning, Mr. Debayo. Good morning, Ebuka. Good morning. Okay, so DXY, like I said, my bias on DXY is still bullish. So, okay, bias on dollar index is still bullish. Still bullish. Okay. So I think I identified this level yesterday during the session that I'd like to see dollar. I think you can see this fair value gap here. Okay. Then this relative equal highs here. Okay. Let's go down to 4-hour. So you can see this value gap on 4-hour has not been filled. Can you see the gap? This gap has not been filled entirely. A lot of retail traders that have jumped in to start selling now, you can see they didn't fill the gap entirely, but a bearish reversal pattern formed inside that gap. So most retail traders would have jumped in to sell dollar. Okay, you can see we had a doji and the next candle closed. The next candle closed bearish. You can see, so most retail traders have executed sell. Okay, but I still expect the buy to clear the liquidity reset at this previous high and also come fill this gap completely. You can see above this level also we still have value gaps here. These are liquidity void that needs to be filled. Okay, so still very bullish on dollar index. I'm still very bullish on dollar index. I hope that is clear. Bullish on dollar index. Let's see yen basket. If there's anything you want me to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. Yen basket. So if I'm considering buying GBPJPY, I expect yen to be bearish. Okay, so let's start with the daily time frame. So yesterday yen closed bullish. You can see the reason why GBPJPY sold. GBPJPY sold yesterday because the candle was bullish. It was bullish yesterday. So I think price tested this support yesterday. That's the reason for the rejection. Okay, it tested this support and that's the reason for that rejection. And let's go down to 4 hour to see what's happening after the close of yesterday candle. What do we have on 4 hour? Let's see. Okay, so you can see where price is currently on the 4 hour time frame. Can you see this? On yen basket, can you see this? We had this fair value gap here on 4 hour. Okay, we had this fair value gap here. Let's go down to 1 hour. I'm sure there's a fair value gap above this one on 4 hour. That's the reason price broke out from it. Let's go down to 1 hour. Okay, on 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. Let's see 15 minutes. There's a fair value gap here. I think that's the reason price broke out from that. Let's just go down to 15 minutes to confirm. Let's see. Do we have a fair value gap here? Okay, so we have this fair value gap here on 15 minutes. Okay, so let's go back to 1 hour. I saw a fair value gap on 1 hour also. Let's see. So on 1 hour, we still have a fair value gap here. So yen is likely might come fill this fair value gap before going bearish. You can see what they did here. They attempted filling the gap at this point. You can see they attempted filling the gap, but they didn't fill it entirely. So I see this relative equal high as a trap. I see it as a trap, and I see it as a level of liquidity they would want to come, sweep these highs. So I would expect yen to come fill this gap before going bearish. Okay, so it's either yen pulls back to fill this gap or 4 hour candle closes below this zone. These are the two areas I'll be considering selling the yen. I want to see price fill this fair value gap or the 4 hour candle closes below this zone. Okay, that's what I'm looking at on the yen basket. That is clear. Please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't done that, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done that, give the video a thumbs up. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, please subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Okay, so we've looked at yen and dollar index. We've also looked at GJ. So let's look at GBP USD. So if we are still bullish on GBP on yen, we should be looking for sales on GBP USD. Okay, so you can see that the bullish momentum has been weak. You can see it's been weak. This momentum is weak. That tells you that the buyers are not ready. Their strength is still very weak. They are not ready to push price up. The momentum is very weak. So So this is what's playing out now. So you can see on 1 hour time frame. Okay, let's start with the daily. Okay, so yesterday you can see one of the reasons I think GBP USD will still sell is that the low here, I wish this low was cleared. You can see this low wasn't cleared. This was Monday candle. No, this was yesterday candle. You can see it's just tested this level. It didn't, so I see this as a trap. This is a level of liquidity. A lot of retail traders have entered by, and their stop losses will be residing at this previous low. Okay. Now, if you come down here, you will see we have a fair value gap here on the daily time frame, which I think GBP would come to test this fair value gap. I think it's going to come fill it. So this is where I'll be considering buying GBP USD. Okay, this is where I'll be considering buying on GBP USD. So today I'm looking for sales on GBP USD. Okay, so the previous 4 hour candle closed as a shooting star. It closed as a shooting star after this fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap on 4 hour. And if you go down to 1 hour, we had a fair value gap here on 1 hour. Price filled it completely. You can see it got filled completely. Formed a shooting star, which indicates a change in trend from bullish to bearish. And after the formation of this pattern, I think it created a fair value gap on 15 minutes of 5 minutes time frame. Okay, so this is what we have on 15 minutes. No fair value gap here. Let's see 5 minutes. Here on 5 minutes, we have a fair value gap here on 5 minutes. Okay, no fair value gap here. No fair value gap here. So let's go to 1 minute. I'm sure there's a fair value gap on, let's see, 1 minute. Let's see 1 minute. Let's see 1 minute. Okay, so on 1 minute, do we have a fair value gap here on 1 minute? Okay, so there's this tiny fair value gap here on 1 minute. Okay, so let's see. There's a tiny fair value gap here on 1 minute. Okay, so we want to wait for probably price will test that zone. Okay, you can see. Okay, so you can see price has tested that zone, but it has not filled it completely. So so I see GBP USD is bearish, but I would love to see price come fill this fair value gap. Okay, I'd like to see price fill that fair value gap. Okay, before going bearish. Okay, now if you are selling from this fair value gap, remember we have a fair value gap here, which price or the market might want to fill. So it means if you are selling below this zone, after price fills this gap, your stop loss should be above this level. Okay, your stop loss should be above this level if you are considering selling. Your stop loss should be above this level. So that's my take on GBP USD. I'm still very bearish on GBP USD. Look for sales. Okay, I hope that is clear. Okay, if there's any pair you want me to look, okay, you're looking for a sell on GU. Oh yeah. Okay, so I've just shared with you where I will be considering selling. Let's see after this fair value gap gets with, let's say the pattern that will form, that will determine if I would go bearish or if price breaks out from this, because this high here, this high it created this morning, I believe is an area of liquidity. A lot of retail traders have executed sell after the formation of this shooting star, and their stop losses will be residing at this previous low. So they might want to push price up to this level. Okay, so it's either price breaks out from this high, the liquidity gets swept, okay, before you go bearish. Okay, I hope that is clear. So that's my take on GBP USD. Remember, a major news will be released by 1:30 p.m. A major news will be released by, no, today is FOMC. Yeah, FOMC and unemployment claims will be released by 1:30. So look out for that. Okay, so that's it for GBP USD. DAX 40. If you have any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. DAX 40. Let's see DAX 40. DAX 40. Okay. Let's start with the daily. I think DAX tested this low yesterday. That liquidity has not been swept. So this liquidity has not been swept. So I think DAX is still bearish. Okay, from what I'm seeing here, DAX is still bearish. It didn't clear this low yesterday. It didn't clear this low yesterday. So I think it's what I see here is bearish. It's bearish. Okay, so let's see after the close of yesterday candle, what pattern do we have on 4 hour? After the close of yesterday candle, what pattern do we have on 4 hour? On 4 hour, let's see. We had an inverted hammer and inverted hammer. The next candle close bullish, respected this previous high. Respected this previous high. Okay. Let's go down to, I think maybe we had a fair value gap after the formation of this pattern here. Let's see 1 hour. So on 1 hour, do we have a fair value gap here? Okay, so on 1 hour, we have this fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap on 1 hour, so they might want to fill this gap. Okay, we have this fair value gap. You can see they attempted filling this gap at this point, but they didn't fill it entirely. So I think before you sell, wait for price to pull back to this zone before you sell. If you want to sell, you want to wait for price to pull back to this zone. Now, if you insist on selling from this zone, from this level, you want to set your stop loss above this level. So calculate the risk. If the risk is too high, then you should patiently wait for price to pull back to this level before you take a sell. Okay, so that is my take on DAX, but my bias is still bearish. My bias is still bearish. Okay, consider selling. Consider selling around this zone. Okay, if this fair value gap gets filled, you could look for sell. If price breaks out from this fair value gap, it means they are going for this next fair value gap. So these are the areas you should consider selling DAX. Okay, I'm still bearish on DAX. We'll look at gold in a few minutes. We'll look at gold in a few minutes. We'll look at gold in a few minutes. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know. Let me know. Like I told you guys yesterday, tonight by 8:30, I'll be having a session on risk and money management. Okay, I'll be having a session by 8:30 tonight on risk and money management. So if you're having challenges with risk and money management, this is a class you shouldn't miss. That is where many of you are getting it wrong. Your risk and money management is very poor. It's very poor. That is where you are getting it wrong. Strategy is not your problem. Most of you, strategy is not your problem. You know how to analyze the market, but what you lack is good risk and money management. That's what you lack. Most of you are very good at analyzing the market. You can predict the market, but your risk and money management is very poor. So I look forward to having you in that class. I look forward to having you in that class. Okay, so gold. Let's look at gold. Gold. Good. Gold is bearish. Gold is still bearish. So you can see we have this fair value gap on. It has not filled this fair value gap. It has not filled this fair value gap. So my bias on gold is still I'm still very bearish on gold. Okay, you can see that the market has been ranging since yesterday. It's been ranging since yesterday. No clear direction on gold. You can see we have this fair value gap here. So I shared this yesterday that if you want to sell gold, wait for them to come fill this fair value gap. Okay, wait for them to fill this fair value gap before you go bearish on gold. That was what I shared this yesterday. So they've not filled this fair value gap, and I think all these highs here now are areas of liquidity. There are a lot of stop losses residing at these highs. There are a lot of stop losses residing at these highs. So there's a high probability they will clear the liquidity residing, this buy side liquidity, before going bearish. We have stop loss here, stop loss here, stop loss here, stop loss here. So I'm sure gold will want to clear the liquidity residing at this previous high before going bearish. Okay, so I expect gold to drop to this zone before going bullish. This is where I will be considering buying gold. Okay, but for today, my bias is still bearish. You can see this fair value gap here. You can see this fair value gap it's created here. So this was the first attempt. You know, price filled the gap, and this low, you agree with me that a lot of traders would have executed buy after the formation of this hammer, and would they have their stop loss? Their stop loss will be residing at this low. So there's a high probability they will come for this low before going bullish. So my bias on gold still remains, I'm still very bearish on gold. I'm still very bearish on gold. So if you look at what we have on 1 hour, but let's go to 15 minutes. So if you are considering selling gold on 15 minutes, we have this fair value gap on 15 minutes time frame. So these are areas you should be looking for sells. You can see this fair value gap. They attempted filling this fair value gap at this point, but what did they do? They just tested that level. You can see, you can see the pattern that formed there. This is a spinning top. A spinning top. This is a bearish reversal pattern. Most retail traders that have executed sell, and their stop losses will be residing at the high of this spinning top. Okay, and above this high, we have this fair value gap. That could be the next draw on liquidity. So I think I've identified 2 areas you should be looking for sells. When price gets into these areas, you wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form. So this is where you should look for sell after price fills this value gap. Okay, you could look for sell from this zone or from this zone. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Any question, let me know. If you have any question, let me know. If you have any question, let me know. Any question? Do you have any question? Send a reminder on for that what? Reminder for what, please? I'm trying to see your comments, Mr. Atonda. Reminder for what, sir? Okay, for the class. I'll definitely post. I'll post it on the social platform. I'll drop the link later on today, maybe before New York markets. I'll drop the link for the class. Okay. Any question? Do you have any question? Is there any other instrument you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. Any other instrument you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. My high is on GJ. My high is on GJ today. My high is on GJ. Trying to avoid USD pairs because of the major news that will be released today. I'm trying to avoid GBP USD pairs because of the major news that will be released today. So I think my focus today is on GBP JPY. My focus today is on GBP JPY. Focus on GBP JPY. My bias remains bullish. But I want to see them clear, push price back. And also on GJ, we have this fair value gap here. So price might get to this, okay? So because I know a lot of retail traders that have bought and their stop losses will be residing at this low. So there's a high probability they will clear the liquidity residing at this low. There are a lot of stop losses residing at this low, so they might come for this low before going bullish. If they come for this low, they might use that opportunity to fill this fair value gap on 1 hour time frame. This fair value gap you can see. So there's a high probability they will come for this. Look for buys after the low of the Asian market. I think this is the low of the Asian market. Yeah, this is the low of Asian market. Okay, what time is this? Yeah, this is the low of Asian market. So there's a high probability they will come clear the liquidity residing at this previous low before going bullish. So my focus is on GJ today. My focus is on GJ. And if I'm buying GJ, you can see I've identified this fair value gap. Okay, so if I'm buying GJ from this area, 194.64, my take profit, my first TP will be 195.69. That's about 100 pips, and I'll be risking maybe 40 pips. 40 pips. I'll be risking not more than 40 pips on GJ. If you have any question, let me know. Let me know if you have any question. Give the video a thumbs up if you haven't. Give it a thumbs up. Ensure you show up for the classes. The replay might not be available. The replay might not be available for free. So ensure you participate in the live session. If you don't show up for the live session, you have to pay to have access to the replay. So don't miss it. I'm giving you updates now. Don't miss it, else you have to pay to access the course. You have to pay to access the course. Hopefully in the month of we are in June now, July, first week of July. I will be dropping a course. I will be dropping a course in the month of first week of July. First week of July. I'm working on that now. I'm covering a lot of basics. The last session I had with you on what was it called? ATR indicator, how to use ATR indicator. In the course, I will be teaching how to use candlestick pattern strategy. I will be teaching risk management to be in that course. Then I will talk about institutional trading concepts. A lot of strategies I will share in that course. So you should save for it. Save for it. It will be very affordable. Okay, not too expensive. Okay, so save for it. In the month of July, I'm going to drop. And I'm not just going to drop because I'm going to mentor those who purchase, who buy the course. At least they will have access to 1 month mentorship and also access to free signals for 1 month. Okay, so save towards that. You have any question? Let me know. All these things we can teach for free, but most of you will not get your attention until you pay for such courses, for such programs. Most of you won't get serious until you pay. Any question? No. You're welcome, sir. Thanks for your participation. Any question? Let me know. Do you have any question? We're ending the class in the next 3 minutes. By 10:45, there are no questions. Have I analyzed the pair you're planning to trade today? Have I analyzed it? Let me know. That pair you're looking at, you're planning to trade today, let me know if I've analyzed it. If I haven't, put it in the comment section. 2 good heads are better than 1. 2 more minutes to go. 2 more minutes to go. Okay, no questions. So I appreciate every one of you for your participation. Mr. Joseph, Mr. Atonda, Mr. Raphael, Grotesco, Wisdom. Wisdom, it's been a while. Hope you're fine. Wisdom, it's been a while. And Mr. Patrick, thanks for joining. All right, guys, I wish you all a profitable trading. Please, as you trade today, ensure you apply proper risk and money management. Don't try to flip that account. Try to flip your account. There's a high probability you blow it. Okay? Be patient, wait for the right setup and the right time to execute your trades. Don't be in a rush. If you rush in this market, you'll crash. If you rush, you will crash. Take it easy on your account. You worked that to save that money. You work that to save that money. Don't blow it in just one trade. Okay? All right, guys. Bye for now.